From WMHS, this is Monticello Today with Michael Comer and Lauren Drake, live from the studio at Monticello High School.
Good morning and welcome to Monticello Today on a Thursday morning. I'm Michael.
And I'm Lauren. Coming up this morning, our final day of coverage on In the Heights, Thomas's sports report, and a few announcements.
First, though, we have a little bit of housekeeping to take care of. We want to remind you that the voting for the winner of the Starbucks gift card runs through the end of the school day today. Go on Twitter or Facebook to cast your vote for the teacher that you think is most deserving of a trip to Starbucks on us.
And Sally, there are only a few Turner times left for the 2012-2013 school year. So if you have a question for Dr. Turner about anything you might be confused about, tweet them to him right now using the hashtag TurnerTime.
All right, now let's get to the morning's top announcements. This Saturday, there will be a walk-run to raise funds for meningitis research in remembrance of Jennifer Wells, a student who went to school here. Will take place right here at Monticello. The event starts at 8 p.m. Please go to their website, moonlightformeningitis.com, to register online. You can also see Miss Red in B101 if you have any questions. In other news, the Ultimate Frisbee Tournament is fast approaching. This year, the big event will take place on Saturday, May 18th from 10 to 2 on the back fields right here at Monticello. In order to compete, you must put your team of 7 together and complete all the forms by May 15th. This year, it costs $35 per team to play. And now here's Lauren.
Thanks, Michael. The last day to register for Behind the Wheel summer classes will be Wednesday, May 29th. See Ms. Newhouser in the cafeteria during lunch for details. And finally, from the news desk this morning, all seniors who have purchased an honor cord from the National Art Honor Society may now pick them up from Ms. Lockwood in R101. Thomas has today's sports report next. Stay tuned.
Sports with Thomas Hill.
Good morning, I'm Thomas with today's sports report. We'll start things off with an important announcement. If you want to play a sport next school year, here's your chance to get that physical over with. Athletic physicals will be given here at MHS on May 16th starting at 4 p.m. No appointment is needed. You must, however, have a physical form completely filled out prior to May 16th and signed by your parent. The cost of the form is $10 and can be picked up in the athletic office. Now on to scores from last night. Sadly, many of the games were rescheduled, but the soccer team still went out and played Fluvanna. The girls defeated the Flucos 2-1, while the boys lost their game 5-1. Tonight, the boys' tennis team has matches against Powhatan starting at 4 o'clock away. Over at the turf, the lacrosse teams will play their rescheduled game against Fluvanna. The boys will host down at the stadium at 6:30, and the girls will travel for their game at 5. Tomorrow night, the tennis teams will start things off against Western Albemarle. The girls will host over at the courts at 5:30, and the boys will take the trip to Crozet for their matches also at 5:30. Next up, the baseball and softball teams will be in action against the Warriors. Both of those games will start at 6 at Western. Finally, the lacrosse teams are set to play Western in big matchups. The boys will play at home starting at 7:30, and the girls will hit the road for their game at 7. That's all I have for you in sports today. Michael and Lauren continue their coverage of this year's musical right now.
Thanks, Thomas.
As you know by now, the musical is fast approaching.
And yesterday, it was my turn to take a trip to the auditorium to see it all firsthand. In the Heights is taking Monticello High School by storm, and I recently sat down with one of the lead cast members, Elizabeth Linez, to talk about what the play has meant to the school community here at Monticello, as well as explore this awesome set they've built.
In the Heights is about, there are two main issues that happen. One is a girl named Nina, she's the one girl that made it out of the barrio, out of the hood. She went off to college, but then she comes back with the news that she dropped out of college. She got her scholarship pulled because she was working 2 jobs trying to pay her tuition. And the other event is that Abuela Claudia, the grandma of Usnami, she wins the lottery. She wins $96,000. And a day after, she passes away. So there's this whole issue about her dying and what they're going to do with the money.
So it's a pretty easy play to relate to for an audience member, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so it's a pretty unique play in that there's many different cultures involved with it. What has it meant for the many different communities here at Monticello?
You know, especially for the Latino community, it's given them somewhere to go. There's giving them a place to go outside of their comfort zone. They've met so many new people. They've gotten involved in things that they would never get involved in. It's just a whole new world to them.
So it gives them a sense of belonging, a thing to be recognized for.
Yeah.
Has there been any challenges, working with those different communities? I know it sounds bad to say, but like with a language barrier, or has there been any problems you've run into, or all smooth sailing?
Many issues. Not like problems in between cast members, but just like being able to relate with each other, or with teaching people dances that they wouldn't usually do, rhythms, dances, new music, new language, pronunciation of words and skills. It's been a lot of issues, mostly with that sort of thing.
All right, well, are you excited for opening night? What else is left to be done?
Very excited. I'm very excited. We just have a few things to tweak, the lighting, the cues, but we're getting there. We're almost there, and it's going to be a really great show.
So, Elizabeth, this set is pretty awesome in and among itself. How long did this take to put together, and what kind of gave you the idea of, the graffiti there and all this stuff?
Various months. We've been working on these sets since the summer, since even before we started the musical. Well, the graffiti, it's really because, it's like the setting is in a very hood, ghetto place, and it's there's actually a character called Graffiti Pete who gets busted multiple times because they're like, hey, you're writing on my wall. So we had
And I see the lottery sign over there. Is that where the girl wins the lottery?
Yeah.
All right. So are all these sets, do you go up in these sets, or is it all just kind of static for Can we go up there? And all right. So this is the big balcony that you step out on?
Yep. Yeah, you can step out on here, and then you can also step out on that balcony.
Okay. And what kind of scenes, this is kind of unsteady, what kind of scenes take place up here?
Well, this is usually for the ensemble members that prefer to just be part of the chorus. So they would step up here, not too much movement because, as you said, you can feel it's a little bit unstable. So they would set up here and sing, support the leads. And the dancers are usually always downstage.
Are you, on a personal note, excited to have, I know you're always involved in the drama productions, whether it be Shakespeare, whether it be Hairspray or anything like that. What does it mean for you personally to have a play about your culture as well?
It's really exciting to be able to show people another side of me that they don't know, because usually all they see is the one acts where I'm acting like a crazy old teacher or something, but it's really cool to be able to show them hey, this is my culture, this is my background, this actually is how it is when I go home, and it's really cool for them to be able to see that side.
Tickets are online right now on the Monticello homepage and in the cafeteria during lunch.
For showtimes, find any of the one of many signs hanging around the building.
That does it for us today. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow on Monticello Today.
Have a great day.